I have another question, and this is just for me. We've done whatever research we could, and we've looked at photographs and programs from different productions of Souvenir. Cosme always seems to be played by a man much younger than you wrote him.
Would you like to make a phone call? People don't ask me who's going to be in the play. This is to do with how, you're right. I wrote the part for a man of 76. And so when he says, imagine, I'm 24.
Right.
And it becomes really touch and fun. He wasn't able to go forward with it, so when we were getting ready for Broadway and a production we did prior to that, we were casting. And we had to make the choice of we could not find, it's too difficult to find someone who can do all those things and who is also 76 and can remember the lines. It's a very long part.
Yes,
it is.
No. I know.
Very long, very technically demanding part. He never leaves the stage.
No.
And so it seems to be that the person who did it on Broadway was in his mid-50s. And that was all right. And I changed the timeline. But it is being done by much younger men. That's how people are doing it. I don't know why.
No, it just was curious because when I first read it, I said, it's for me, for my age.
Yeah,
it is.
It is, yes.
And,
but as a writer, you license, you license a play to a company like, in the case of Souvenir, Trams's Play Service. They publish it, and they completely control who does it.
Right. No, we know.
I have no say. Except if someone is making changes, and then they're fierce advocates, but no.
Now, that's the problem that you have as an author, that once it goes out, people do things with it that you hadn't actually intended.
Well, I saw it in Vienna. It's been done twice in Vienna, once in English and once in German. And the German production had come from Berlin, where it was a very big success. They cut the final scene.
No way!
And in fact, when it was done in Washington, they did the same thing.
Oh!
They were going to repeat that production, and I found out with enough time. I could not make them close it down in DC. I mean, I just couldn't undertake that. But I did with Drums Play Services' help, say, no, you can't do that again.
Right.
Okay.
Well, we're not intending.
Final scene is,
oh, I know.
it's a beautiful scene.
I know.
It is. It's the end of the love story.
I did Measure for Measure at one time and left off the fifth act. Because I thought the play stopped after the fourth act. But that's another story.
Actually, we saw a production of Measure to Measure where it should have ended before the first act last year. We all went to see that. But no, it's such a wonderful thing. The play is so moving, so easy for me to internalize, to find the things in myself that are part of Cosme and the things that are part of Cosme that are part of me. And I can tell that Laurie is feeling the same way as she does Florence.
Does that mean I may be crazy or I may not? I don't know.
Well, any of us who are in the business are crazy.
Right, right.
There is that. But I've been it's been one of the really nice things about the play is that performers really respond to it. And singers really love it.
It is quite challenging to be a trained singer. I actually teach voice for my living when I'm not acting, and I get inspiration every day when I'm teaching. But there are also words of wisdom in there that help me explain things sometimes to my younger students about the breath.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
Do you have any advice for the audience when they watch this play?
No, I don't. I think the play is accessible. You don't need to know anything about opera. I don't know much about opera. I did the research I needed. Anything that happens in the play the audience will know, and if they don't, the play will teach them.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And we all know those Cosme's Supper Club songs.
Yep.
Maybe not as well as he does, but they're all familiar. No, I think the story. I think the story tells itself, and I don't think an audience needs to do any preparation.